Okay, let's try it again. Here it goes. Okay, redirecting to Facebook. Says it's going. Shows us up there, so now you can refresh and tell me if you see us there. All right, guys, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna pop over here, make sure we got anybody else we want to bring in here. We might as well bring them on, huh? Show everybody's, oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Allie's already on here, Dell's on here. Okay, we'll bring Terry on real quick. Miguel, let's bring Miguel on. Who's LKM? I don't know who that is. Pierre's on here. Let's bring him on. Might as well bring LKM. I don't know who he is, but okay. All right, guys, how we doing? Good? Just that you haven't seen me enough yet, so I thought I'd come back on and show myself again. All right, so you can hear me okay, right? Everybody can hear me? Okay. All right, guys, perfect. Okay, it's a little lag. It's okay. Oh, am I double screen? Let me see. Oh yeah, it's showing. I want them to show. That's okay. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. Excuse me. That is not the coronavirus. Just want you to know.
Oh man.
I'm actually almost out of breath talking all day long. Okay, real quick, let's talk about the global mall. Just get some things clarified. Just help you guys understand if you have questions and what have you. So let's start with first question that I saw posted, which kind of got me going, which was Terry, which I appreciate, Terry, you asking that question, because it's something we need to clarify and make sure everybody understands it. And that question was that why don't you ask the question again, Terry, if you can. Let's see if I can just pull it up somewhere else here. Oh,
okay. Oh, I was just reading in the email how there would be monthly exclusive savings for our network. And I just wondered how you can tell which items are those exclusive deals.
So a couple things will happen is, from my understanding, what that actually means is that there are exclusive savings that, well, first of all, let's back up. So picture this like a actual mall. So when you've got stores in the mall, there's not a lot we can do about a particular store, for example. So once you click on the global mall and you head to the mall, and then once you click on the store, I'm sorry, and go to an actual store like GoPro, if they don't ship to your country, so I'm going to kind of answer your question in a roundabout way at the same time. If they don't ship to your country, all customer service dealing with that type of thing, you need to go directly to GoPro. Like, I'll give you an example. Somebody had a question, said, hey, such and such store said it was going to ship to my country. Then I went to the pay and everything, and it says we do not ship to this country or to that area. And so what you have to do is you're going to have to contact that particular vendor, not saying anything about our network. That's something we need to make sure is clear. You're not calling on behalf of our network, because once you click on that store and go, you're in their store, you're in their space. They don't know who we are. The connection that we have in this, there's a middle person in between, and we have to get volume up. Once the volume's up, we now go direct to these companies. Does that make sense? So they're not going to know who we are, is what I'm trying to say. So some of these vendors have put out, there are going to be exclusive savings in some of these merchants, and we will notify the field when those savings are actually available. There already a savings built into it just based on what we negotiated. In that savings pays commission, it pays cash back, and gives a savings. All three of those things happen on every single purchase, except for a FANN, of course. When a FANN purchases, there's no commission, only to you as the FANN sponsor. Does that make sense? So there are going to be some exclusive deals coming down the pipe, and this is what we were told by these vendors, that they will roll out exclusive things to us as they see more and more volume inside of different vendors. So if we get a vendor that's really being used a lot, you know, that vendor is going to kick us some extra bonuses or extra things that we can now put out to the field. And that's the stuff that I think is being referred to in that email, in answer to your question. Does that make sense to everybody? And so the other question people have, and just to help you understand, again, go back to the mall example. Anything that happens in that mall, the mall itself is not the responsible party for those particular stores. Each store has their own rules, their own things that they deal with, whether they ship to a country, whether they give free shipping, whether they, you know, whatever. That is something that is up to the individual store. And then another question that people had was, well, how much are we making in each of these types of stores, right? Well, there's no way for us to put out every store and what you're going to make individually, at least in phase one. We're looking in the future of being able to have it like, if you've been in other network marketing companies, when you see a product, you see your PV and you see that kind of stuff. That's something that we're looking at maybe in the future, that when you purchase with this vendor, you get, you know, certain percentage or, you know, whatever. But right now, the way that it's structured is there's no way for us to, first of all, we can't, because every one of them are different. And they all have their own certain percentages that they're willing to share with us right now, where we've never done this before. And as we start to get more volume, then those discounts and those savings become much greater, as many of you already know that. But that allows us to have more commission to kick back out to the field. That's the purpose behind driving business. That's the other purpose behind having about 10 stores starting right now, is we want your focus to be around those 10 for at least a week or two before we roll out something else. And it's again, to drive behavior to those 10. There's no secret in it, because we get some behavior in there and we get some momentum built. Then all of a sudden they'll go, hey, we love what we're seeing. We're going to give a better discount. And now we get a deeper discount. We can roll that back out to the field again. So that's the concept behind that. And then what are some of the other questions you guys might have that I haven't answered yet so far? And I'll think of some more.
Dave, I have a question.
Yeah.
LKM is Linda, by the way.
Oh, keep in mind, by the way, sorry, Linda, just real quick before you speak, keep in mind that, you know,
That's all right.
you're on live right now on Facebook. So I just wanted to let you know that before you speak. So go ahead.
That's supercalifragilistic.
Yes.
Okay, so
Expialidocious.
so Carnival is one of those Carnival shoes.
Yeah.
I think. And so I go in and I make a purchase through Carnival through the mall, but they also have their own website. So
it is their own website anyway. It's not also. When you click inside of our mall, Linda, when you're seeing all the vendors, that's just a landing page with a button to get to the malls, to get to each individual store.
Okay.
It's just like Amazon. When you click on a product, you're leaving Amazon. You don't know it. We're not at that point yet, but somewhere down the road we will be. So you're literally leaving to go to GoPro or whatever, right?
Okay, so I buy through the mall, great, and the savings will go up the tree. But say, for instance, I go to Carnival, stupid decision, but I would go to carnival.com, whatever the website is.
Yep.
Those savings do not go up the tree. Is that correct?
That is correct. And instead of savings, it's actually the commission that we receive as a company back from all sales. You're getting a savings, but we're getting a commission as a company, which then gets put into the TBS. And then part of that commission is taken out a percentage for savings for you individually or the FANN. And then the difference of that is actually being paid into the TBS. So
I think if people understand that they shouldn't go through, whatever website on their, understand that.
Yeah, that brought me to another question.
Protocol to do.
Yeah.
Just go to the mall and everything.
Well, it's just like Amazon, right? So if I go to Amazon, I'm buying a pair of Nike shoes. I could go directly to Nike and get them, But if I go to Amazon, I might get them cheaper, right? So if I get them cheaper through Amazon, I'm going to go
Right.
to Amazon to buy them.
It's
So
just, you know, it's just your mental focus on, oh yeah, I need to go to the mall instead of going, you know, to the
Yeah.
different websites.
well, let me
That's
give you
all.
something else to go with that, Linda, that you bring a great point up. Last time I was purchasing, it asked me to put my email and my phone number and all that kind of stuff in. And I did. I'm okay with that because I don't mind getting offers sent to me, right? I don't mind that. So you don't have to fill it out. You can actually bypass it. But just know they're going to send you offers. Part of their deal is they're going to send you offers to come back to their store and purchase. What we want to train our people to do, and we can't take that out. It's just part of the deal. So what you want to teach the people to do is to go back to their back office and access it that way. Once the app comes out and the other things we have where it's easier access, just clicking a button, going into the mall, that'll be a different deal. But right now it's in the back office for right now. Right.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's how we
just
want you going there.
retraining retraining us.
Go back.
Yeah, cool.
It's tagged. You'll still get
Way cool.
commission to go in one time.
If they go in one time. Oh, for about, is that the cookie thing with
Yep.
Kevin was talking about?
Yep.
So it does capture the cookies on your computer, right? It captures all that initially, but those cookies can only last for a certain time frame. So if you go in today and then tomorrow went back in and bought it, Richard was just bringing this up, that it would tag to you actually count towards the sale. So, and I forgot that there are cookies being attached to it. So if you accept it, my computer asks me every time, do you want to accept these cookies? And if I say yes, every time I go back in, it recognizes who I am. So there are some benefits that coach your people to go through the back office to get there though, because we don't want to possibly lose any deal going to anywhere else, because you can go directly to any of these places yourself. And we want to avoid that if we can in any way possible. So I'm going to pull my phone up real quick. So I want to just have up online, if any of you can help me out with that too. If anybody has any questions while we're in Facebook, I want to be able to get this stuff answered. So let me go there real quick.
I don't know. I'm stoked. This is
Any
so
other questions, you guys, at all
cool.
that you have right now?
I do.
Yeah.
So you know how you go to the global mall, how does that track I'm getting paid from the commissions from the store, from your team? Is there like a unique URL, or if you know what I mean?
So you're saying for your team?
Yeah, like the commissions on a team, yeah.
Yeah, so anybody on your team or fans that actually go through their back office, it's counting for your TBS payout. So they have to go through the global mall link in the back office. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Okay.
So there's not a unique URL to it yet. For that sake, you can't just send them there directly. They gotta go into their back office to get to it.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's okay. Use that as an exclusivity, right? They either sign up as a fan or a charter member to have access to it, and that allows them to have access to the deals, just like they would if they went to Amazon. They have to sign up for it, right? Same concept. So and I know we got people on live right now too. So let me repeat again. Do not contact the vendor for technical issues or rNetwork questions. Let me repeat that. No technical questions or rNetwork questions go to the vendors. So don't go to GoPro and say, how much commission do I get paid? Don't ask that because they're not even going to know who you are, number one. Number two is we could possibly lose our vendors. If they get hammered enough by people, we could lose them. We don't want to do that. It's hard enough to get them, let alone trying to keep them, right? So please, again, don't contact the vendor. And the only time you contact the vendor when it has something to do with that you're dealing with on their site. When you're on GoPro, and I'm just using GoPro as an example. If I'm on GoPro and I'm ordering the camera and I get to the shipping and it says, oh, because up front it said free shipping and now I'm paying shipping, then you can message GoPro and ask them, well, I was told there was no shipping on this based on your site. not based on our network, right? Our network has nothing to do with it. So remember, it's just like Amazon. You go into the Amazon, you click on a product. That's how it's going to work, is that it's up to now that vendor who's selling those products to deal with their product. Does that make sense? Am I making sense of that? Okay.
Dave, I have the question for you. In Canada, I go to select. I sharing my screen for easily you see the problem. When you go to the select the vendor here and don't do nothing, is go to blank, and I do not go anywhere.
So you're saying that clicking on go.
Yeah, clicking in Colombia, okay, Colombia, and it's coming blank into.
Do all of them do that, Miguel?
Yes, I go to select anyone and do nothing.
Oh, that's the first I've heard
My
that.
downline had to choose his international, his country, Canada.
Yeah, you might have to choose your. That's a good question. That's good thought. Scroll to the bottom of the page and choose your country, maybe. But I don't know. They're all working, so we're trying to figure out why. I don't see it on this page though.
Yeah, I don't know. I have
Dave?
to ask. I have to ask Eugene, my downline.
Yeah.
Dave, Pierre here.
Hello.
It can be that he has some settings in his web
On your
browser
computer,
because
yeah.
it opens in a new browser. So it doesn't open in the same, so he can have that locked.
So maybe Miguel or Jeremy, maybe you can help Miguel understand all that. If you could help him understand what he needs to do there. I think you're right, Pierre, is that you might be using the wrong browser maybe, or settings that are happening there, because it's working on, I'm seeing it right now on multiple screens. So something that's going on there is not working. Might be your settings, I think, for sure. Check your settings for being able to open up different alternative websites and things, you know.
Okay, I will try with the.
Yeah, do that, and then let's go back to. Let me know if you can't get that working.
Okay,
Um,
I will try something and I'll come back.
Okay, thank you. Ruth Stanley asked a question: how much cash back is available on each item? Just wanted to answer that question. There's not, again, it goes back to each vendor's different. And so if you read your email, it does explain that how the cash back works, that you get an instant cash back, but you also are earning a savings at the same time. And then you'll be able to turn around and also make money on anybody else purchasing product from you, obviously, whether they're a FANN or a charter member. Wade. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, and it is available internationally. Every country is going to have different. We tried to, just so you understand too, Kevin spent a lot of research time as he's bringing in these different vendors to select. We wanted to put out vendors that we know could ship most countries, right? Like some of them you just don't have an option, but we wanted to put out as many as we could that would actually ship around the world, around the globe, to as many countries as possible. And we can't control that. Again, it's up to them. We're just bringing them into the mix as fast as we possibly can. How do we tell if you are shopping off our network? Well, first of all, you do have to go through the back office to access the mall, and because it is going to look the same. Again, this is no different than walking in a local mall, right? And and you walk in and you shop at one shoe store, and you can go shop at a different shoe store. They're completely different websites, completely different companies, and that's how that works with those particular things. So. Always access the vendor through the portal, through the back office. I think that's the safest, best bet to do. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Any other questions? Let me see. Okay, click on shop now button, not the store itself. Yeah, that's good point, JP. Okay, if you're shopping, okay, got that. Okay, any other questions, you guys? I just want to make sure I got anything answered that's potentially a question. John, go
do.
ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Marissa.
Okay, how many vendors, I don't know, I'm not sure if I missed a webinar, but how many vendors a month are, I know it shows like coming soon, but like a preview,
Yeah.
how many vendors are a month?
Well, we put those coming soons there because there is a program that has to take place between each vendor as we get them in. And so they're programming like constantly to connect each of these vendors. And so that's why some of them say coming soon. We've got lots of vendors, you guys, that are coming in, right? And when I say lots, I mean lots. And so about every 2 weeks or so, we're looking to launch additional, maybe 2-3 weeks out, launching additional products. So we already talked about launching on April 1st with some more, which is a couple weeks away. So yeah, about every 2 weeks,
Nice.
roughly, we're going to launch new ones. That's what's so exciting is you get to log in every day if you want to see if there's something new now. So
Thanks.
kind of cool. Great question though. John, did you have questions?
Yes, sir.
Add?
Yeah, first of all, I think it's awesome because, the fact that it is the same look and feel of Amazon is enormous. I mean, because all of a sudden it's like, it's nothing new, but the fact that we have it now in the rNetwork is amazing. The question that I have is more for the futures. And I love the fact that, you have the brands that are coming up and you can see the dates of when they're going to be announced. That's super exciting, right? Because what that's showing is that you're showing continuous growth as far as, the expansion of the global mall. This question is probably more for futures. Can you foresee, in the future where people are going to be able to actually make these purchases directly from their back office commissions?
It's possible. I think there's going to be some, without promising anything that we don't know for sure. We've talked about our money being one of our Venmo type of programs that could be used to go towards different things. So there could be some of that in the future. If you guys saw the email, the graphic that was in there, you'll see there was the R and then the different verticals that go out from it. Though that's our company. That's the growth of where we're going with all the different things, right? So we're really, really expanding in so many different aspects. So when we talk about the mall is one aspect of that. The other is really the participation marketplace, which is financial and insurance and all these different things, right? So those are the different things that are going to come in the future, of course,
Awesome.
down the road here. So for sure. And guys,
Yeah,
don't
because
be
I think
afraid.
then that's just going to add even more to the experience, right? And really add to the experience of really the value of being a member of the rNetwork. But job well done. I think the experience is absolutely incredible, and the timing couldn't have been any better. So
Well,
kudos
you know
back
what,
to
you guys, this is just such a great opportunity for all of us, right? To really have something fresh, exciting, new, something that is definitely going to, build up and stack commissions. That's the best part about this. Because what we want to do is pay every week like we've been doing, but then every, third, fourth week, whatever it is, bam, you get this massive bonus type check. And that's what we're trying to do is by stacking commission, and then all of a sudden pay it out all in a lump sum for tough stuff like this. That's another question people had is this going to be itemized? So the correct answer to that is yes, it's going to be a line item. It will not be itemized individually like, Marissa bought a pair of glasses, Terry bought some shoes, and John bought, a hat. It's not going to do that. It's going to say, here's your group, and this is the line item of the products that were purchased in X month, and all in one line item. But it will be separate than your $2, and it will be separate than your $50. So those are separate line items that'll be paid out individually, if you know what I mean. by line item in your commissions. Does that make sense to you guys? So it'll show that way. I can't see anybody else but John, so I'm just assuming everybody's on board. So, okay, let's go on here.
Well, and add to that.
Yeah,
Dave,
go ahead. Feel free to add.
John was saying that, well, should I pay with my commissions or could we pay with our commissions? In the future with our bank,
Right.
you'll probably want to pay with your bank, with your debit card, because not
Right.
only are you getting those exclusive savings and the commissions, but then you're using the bank and getting commissions on top of that. Whereas if you paid with your commissions, it probably wouldn't be through your bank, it'd be through the back office. So you wouldn't be stacking commissions. So that may be a better route for that in the future.
Yeah, and think of it this way, you guys, is we're always going to be innovative, right? We're going to always be looking at new ways, new things. That's one thing we can really rely on with Trent and his team, with J-Mac and Chris and these guys. They're always looking at these different ways of how can I use commissions, or how can we do this, or how can we do that. And guys, we're just getting started. This is just the beginning. This is super exciting, but this is like nothing compared to what's coming. So this is super exciting, but I really think you're going to be pleasantly surprised in the near future here. So any other questions? I'm trying to read on Facebook to make sure I haven't missed anybody that had questions or anything. So if you're on Facebook watching this, please drop in the comments if you've got any questions. And it's a little lagged on Facebook, so we don't really know if you've asked a question quite yet.
So a question on Facebook about, can this someday feel more like Amazon where everything's there? Can you explain to them more about rNetwork as a participation marketplace, and that this is not the participation marketplace?
Mm-hmm.
We are gathering the stores and partners.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So, in the future, can we have individual products within the backup? So what you need to understand is that when you look at, in fact, let me see if I couldn't even just do this, where I share the participation marketplace picture that Delwyn put together, which I absolutely love. Let me share this with you guys, because this is the story behind the scenes, if you will. So our global mall is just what we launched today is not the participation marketplace. Let's make it very clear that our network is the participation marketplace. And inside of that participation marketplace, we have our global mall, we have our concierge services, and we have our perks and benefits. Those are the things we have right now. Now, the other things you see on the screen are things we have coming in the future. Our classified market coming, which is a different one. We also have a financial market coming. We have a medical market coming. We have exclusive products that are our products, like our own individual company products, right? So what you got to remember is that the participation marketplace is just coming together with just all kinds of products and services that we can put inside this marketplace. The global mall itself is its own entity, if that makes sense. It's a piece of the puzzle of the entire thing, if that makes sense. So we've built this out very much like an Amazon. In a sense, where when we say Amazon, we're not relating to it to have a bunch of products in our back office like that, whole individual products, but we wanted categories that people could go into. Does that make sense? So you've got a financial category you might go into to enter into the banking and enter into investment things and other types of stuff. Or maybe we look at the medical market and we think of insurance and other kind of stuff, that type of stuff, right? So that's what you have to kind of think about for when we talk about the participation marketplace and what this is. We got to change our lingo. The mall is not the participation marketplace. It is not the marketplace either. It's the mall. It's the global mall. That's why it's named what it is. So hopefully that that makes sense. So Yeah, you'll never ever click on a individual vendor in the back office. You'll never click on an individual vendor from the back office to go to it. It just won't, it's not going to work that way. That's not how we're ever going to have it. It's easier just to go, hey, I want to go to the mall and shop around. I want to go into the financial market and go do some banking stuff. I want to go into the, exclusive products and buy something that our network brought to the marketplace that's exclusive to us. That type of stuff. That's what this is about, you guys. We're not going to put Nike in our back office. Just not going to happen, right? That's just not how it's going to work. Does that make sense?
I mean, Dave, you almost just chiming in, right? You
Yeah.
could almost even call these, the R Global Mall. When you look at the R Medical, R Perks, those
Yeah.
are really just verticals of the participation marketplace.
That's exactly what they are. They're verticals. Yep, you got it right on. That's best said right there. So any other questions, you guys, online? If you're watching online, or you guys that are on with me here today, tonight, if there's any other questions, let's go ahead and get them. Let's make sure that happens. Somebody just asked me, will Amazon and eBay ever be part of this eventually? I don't know. I mean, why not? Why wouldn't we try to go after and put something like, together with them? And I'm sure that maybe in the future, there's some possibilities for that. Definitely not going to say that it's actually going to happen, but, but I would say that there's some possibilities maybe there. So Allie, did you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, real quick, I was opening it up and I saw a pair of Nikes. They're just in there and somebody else's. So you can buy a pair of Nikes. They just may not be from the Nike store.
Yeah.
They'll be from another store that carries Nike.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
so
that's a great comment. I bought a pair of Vans. Same way, same thing. I bought a Vans in the Carnival thing, and it's awesome. I mean,
so we make money through our global situation 3 different ways, which still would probably beat the pants off going through Nike anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what, you guys, it's really just get used to using the words of redirecting spending, right? We're just redirecting spending habits of going through our global mall to purchase some of these types of items. And as this mall gets bigger and bigger and bigger, I know there'll be more options. There'll be more things for people that will naturally go to somewhere and buy it anyway. It's kind of like, I love Roger's analogy as how he was using an analogy of Rockstar. If we had Rockstar on here right now, it probably wouldn't be much better of a deal than if you just went down to 7-Eleven and bought it, as John drinks his Rockstar. And so, and the point is you might get it for $3 down at 7-Eleven. You might get it for $2.99, $2.98, or whatever here. But the minute that we have more volume through this, then that discount gets deeper and deeper. And now all of a sudden, he used an example of now we get it for $1.98 instead of $2.98. Well, in a difference to somebody going to 7-Eleven, and 7-Eleven will, number one, not give you cash back, and they won't also give you any type of discount beyond what's on the shelf, and you'll never earn any commission from it. So we just have to teach our people, teach our fans, teach our charter members to always redirect their spending of anything they can purchase. Today, I showed you guys earlier, we had some napkins. We wanted to order something silly. We needed some here in the office because we're out of toilet paper. No, I'm just kidding. But we needed some napkins in the kitchen. And so we thought, well, let's just order them and let's place an order and make sure it works, right? That was part of one of our testings. Well, think about that. I mean, if I can buy napkins, I can buy paper towels, I could buy whatever and have it shipped to me, rather than going down to the store and buying it. So again, it goes back to redirecting spending is all I'm doing at this point. So, okay. Don't think you saw this. We are wondering, we know through. Yeah, go ahead if you've got questions.
I got another one real
Okay.
quick. And so this is the other thing. You don't have to have your 3 in order to make money on your own purchases and those that purchase above you or under you or whatever.
You're going to get cash back, so you're kind of making money.
Oh, you are. But what
Right.
I'm saying, if you have people that are always in and out of their 3, meaning
Yeah.
for some reason that's not their strength, is signing people up.
Oh, yeah. I got what you're saying.
Yeah, but they could start making money on their purchases and that kind of thing. And
They could
so
make money, yeah, on the people that they've recruited. So if they've
Right.
only brought in 1 or 2 people, and they didn't get their 3, they're only paid on first and second level, or tier, sorry, but they also get cash back on their own purchase.
right.
And anything anybody in their group purchases.
Oh, wait a minute. So they only make money on their first and second, even though what if number 2 is taken off and then that particular line is, meaning would they collect any money from down to level 10 up to
No,
them?
because you have to
it
have 3
reaches
to
them.
open up all 10 levels.
So they do have to have the 3 for that part. But they
Correct.
could do their own 1, 2. Okay,
Correct. Yep.
that's right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
the comp plan doesn't change because of this. All it does is allow you, well, I think it's fantastic because you go out and sponsor a bunch of fans if you wanted to, and they buy in product, you'd be making money off your fans. But the point is that if you enroll your 3, now you unlock all 10 tiers and you're being paid on everything. So yeah, it doesn't change the comp plan by all means. But good question though, Allie. I'm glad that we talked about that.
But you know what also is real cool, Dave, is that now we've really opened up a true global opportunity, right? With global participation with the global mall. And that is super exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Terry?
Yes. So to go back to my beginning question, just to clarify, if there's a special deal for our network, you would send an email kind of saying like, hey, this is being offered right now. Is that what?
I mean, if that's what Roger meant by when he wrote the email, and I'm assuming that's what it meant, let me do real quick before I say anything. I'll even just go glance at it real quick.
Okay.
But I'm almost positive what he's referring to. Let me see here where it's at.
I'm just wondering, like, if a specific item came up and it was a really good deal for us, that we could quick notify everyone on our team, hey, this is up for this amount, quick, go get it, whatever.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. So it's when a particular vendor says, hey, this we have some exclusive deals on these products this month for you guys. And then we'll then say, oh, okay. And we're going to zap out an email that says, go to this vendor, click here, and these products are on for a special deal right now. Get, whatever. I mean, that's exactly what that is.
Because it could be like a special rNetwork code or something, right? At checkout or.
No, because you're going to go through your back office to access it. So the only people who get it is our network people anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So there won't need to be any codes or anything unless for maybe they do promote a code, then we'll give you the code in the email, but it's going to be exclusive to the URL coming from our landing page, if you will.
Yes. And then a question about the cashback. Is that each store gives cashback, so it's accumulating in each store, or do you have a mass accumulation for all?
Yeah, in your own back office. Goes into your commission, actually, is what it's doing.
Oh, okay.
Cash back directly back into your commission, from my understanding.
Okay, and that would be like a line item as well?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And I'll even ask that again just to double check, but I'm almost 99% sure that's how it is. But I'll double check it to get it clarified.
Thank you.
Yeah, great questions. Any other questions from on here or online that I'm missing so far?
Okay, Dave, I changed to Firefox is working.
Oh, good. What browser were you using, by the way, just out of curiosity?
Okay, normal you use it Chrome. On Chrome it doesn't work.
Chrome wasn't working?
And change for Firefox is working properly.
Interesting. Okay, I'll pass that along. Thank you for that information.
Okay.
They in Canada, Chrome is not working. He's clicking on it and won't go anywhere, but he goes Firefox, it does.
I can promise you, it's settings in his browser.
It's got to be settings in your browser.
Yeah, because it's open a new
yeah.
site. So if you just restore it and reinstall it or something like that, it will clear.
I agree with that, Pierre. I think you're right.
So Richard asked me, and I need to clarify.
Yeah.
Remember how I told them in the first thing that when they click through the global mall, they
Right.
go to a site.
Right.
It places a cookie, right? Some
Correct.
of those sites only keep the cookies for a day. Some
Right.
only keep them for 30 days. So
Yeah, explain.
teach your people to always connect through the global mall.
That's
or you may
exactly
not
what I
get
told
credit
him.
for it.
So
Perfect.
yeah. He was just reiterating you guys about those cookies that we were talking about. Just making sure you coach your team to go through the back office to get there. Definitely don't want them just to go plan on it. Hopefully in counting, right? So I know some of the cookies stay for a while, but they could go away, and we just want you to get credit for everything that ever happens, right? We don't ever want to lose that credit for you or any of us. So let's see. Charter members from India. This has nothing to do with India right now, guys. They will have their access when India is available. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Just to answer that question. We have a Dollar Tree. Will we have a Dollar Tree? I don't know. I hope we have a dollar store eventually. That's a good question, though. I love that, Robert. That's one of my favorite stores. Let's see. Anything else, guys? I just want to make sure we haven't missed anybody. Let's see. I'll spend another couple minutes here.
Kevin addressed the special deals, exclusive deals.
That question came up, but I need a specific, absolute, for sure question answer to that.
It won't be an email. There'll be a specific spot inside the mall. You click on, and it'll change all the time. So you can click on that.
So Terry, back to your question about the deals. Richard's saying that in the store that you're in, so if you're in GoPro, and
It'll actually be a part of the mall.
hold on a minute. I'll get the answer for you, and I'll get back to all of you.
It'll
What-
be in the mall.
In what mall? In
In the mall. So before
our
you go
mall?
into any of the stores, so you know how you have you got
all the different ones
all
listed.
the different
Okay,
ones.
what
There'll
do
be
you?
an icon up there saying exclusive deals.
Okay,
Click
so he's saying in on the landing page with all the stores, there could be an item that's on special that's going to be advertised there. And that will take you to wherever that special is, whatever store front it is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
question. I have a quickie question. I
Okay.
don't know if I misunderstood this because I thought I've been watching everything,
Okay.
but I thought this global deal was for everybody except, okay, maybe India's out, but does that mean
Listen,
it's only
let me-
Canada and America? What is it?
no, let me clarify. We are under strict guidelines from our attorneys that we are not to go into anything to deal with a country that we're in regulation process with. So let me just clarify. Right now, this is globally. Europe, Pierre is in Europe and in Sweden. And can you see yours, Pierre? Because everybody around the world can see it. The
Yeah,
only
it's
thing-
even pages in Swedish already.
Okay, good. So what we are saying, Ali, is we have countries such as India that we are under strict rules to, at this point right now, until it is launched officially, to not promote. Let's put it that way. Okay?
So do you have a list of who is? So if people say, hey, could I do this?
Nope,
And I
we've
say,
already
I don't know.
dispersed it to the people that are involved.
Okay.
You can individually do whatever you want. It's the company cannot do it at this point. All right. So, but I'm glad you asked that question because it does need to get out there. So that was probably the best way to get out. So thanks to Richard, we actually got that answer for you, Terry. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So once you see a promoted product or what have you inside there, that's where it will be. Okay. Okay, maybe an answer, but how do we know what savings cash? Yeah, so Cheryl online just asked the same question, just have her go back and rewatch the live here. But I would just tell you real quickly is that if you're just jumping on, the way that you know the savings, there is no way, because there's too many there's too many, there's too much programming, and understand that our mall right now that you see all the stores on, that's a landing page. We just put them there temporarily for now. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, whatever, but we would have to integrate 100% into their mall, into their individual websites, and that's hours and hours of programming, and we're not going to do that. So what happens is we can't control at this point right now on telling you each store and how many discounts and percentages you're going to get. All of them are negotiated differently, so every one of them have different percentages. So when you get cash back, it's going to be instant. You'll see that plus the savings and onward, and then it'll be line item out when you get your commissions about the products that have been sold within your network. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right.
Hey, Dave, I just got a real quick point, right?
Yeah.
I think right now is the perfect time, to get into the mall and become a product of the product, because this is your testimonial. The reason why I actually chose a watch is because when I'm on stage, when I'm talking about the global mall, I'm actually wearing the first product that I actually purchased once the global mall actually even came into existence. It really becomes part of your story. This is your testimonial. So anyway.
Yep. I like it. It's a very good point. Become a product of the product, get out there and use it yourself, and get your friends, family doing the same. And, guys, this is it. We've been waiting for something like this to give you some spark, give you something to kind of concrete to kind of go run with. People were asking about the bank already. Guys, we just launched the mall. Let us get to the next step. It's coming. I'm just going to tell you that 2020, we already said that. And from now on, what you're going to hear from corporate is not it's coming. All we're saying is here are the things this year we're going to accomplish. And when it's ready, like this was ready, you'll then see us come on live and say, this is coming and we're launching this day. And until that point, we won't be talking about it. So it will just come about when it's supposed to happen. Okay. Yeah, sure. All the stores you could go to individually and get byproducts if you want to, but if you don't go through the back office, it will not count for your commissions or anybody else's commissions. Okay. All right. And I think that's it. That's it, man. I think we did all right. I think we got through. Was there any other questions that you saw out there? Or I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Where'd you get the napkins at? I think Staples is where we got it, actually. Staples had napkins. So we bought them at Staples. Yeah, because they didn't have any toilet paper. So we just got paper towels or whatever they're called, napkins. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a little shook up right now. We've been having earthquakes all day long. So we've been having these little tremors, 3.9, whatever, down to 1.9, up to 5, whatever. So kind of fun out here in Utah, guys. You're missing all the fun. So, but hey, I got my 72-hour kits. I got my cars. I got my hiking boots. I'm ready to go. So anyway, hope you guys have a fantastic evening. We got to get off because the call starts in just a little while. So jump on Ed Terranova's training. It's going to be phenomenal. And yeah, we're off and running, guys. We'll stay in touch with you from this point forward. Thanks, you guys. See ya.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye.